Hey, welcome to another edition of the Dragon Slayer Chronicles. Today I'm going to talk about my sleep system for my Appalachian Trail Thru-Hike. What I have here is my entire sleep system, and you'll notice that it's a lot of stuff. Getting a good night's sleep is going to be real important for me. So I've tinkered with it a bit. I started with the Z-Pac's duplex tent with the Thermarest X-Therm sleeping pad, and I tested it out a few times, and I couldn't sleep really well on the ground. I've never really slept well in a tent, so I'm trying something different. I'm going to go with a hammock setup. So what I have here is this is the hammock here. This is my Warbonnet Ridge Runner hammock. It's a flat laying hammock rather than a gathered end hammock. Gives you a flatter lay than a gathered end. I had a Hennessy ASIM hammock probably about 15 years ago, and it was okay. I didn't sleep well in that either. But so I'm going with the Warbonnet Ridge Runner hammock. This is a underquilt for my hammock. So this will keep the cold air from underneath me. This is a Lynx Warbonnet hammock made specifically for the Warbonnet Ridge Runner. And over here is my Enlightened Equipment 20-degree top quilt. And then over here is the Mammoth sleep pad. I had to search high and low for this thing. And this will go in between my underquilt and the hammock. My hammock is it's a double layer hammock, so you can put a sleep pad in between it. So that'll kind of spread the hammock out a little bit and take away from that shoulder squeeze and give a little extra insulation. And plus, if I need to go to the ground at some point, if I need to sleep in a shelter, I at least have some kind of sleep pad. So that will also serve as my sit pad. All right, this thing it's a little more than 1/4 inch, but what I love about it is it's only 5 ounces, a little less than 5 ounces. So that's a great piece of gear. All right, this is my tarp. This is the hammock gear. The hammock gear. This is called the Winter Palace. This is a 12-foot ridgeline Cuban fiber tarp, 10.5 feet wide. So this is the biggest tarp that I could find. It's 14 ounces, a little more than I wanted. I thought it would be closer to 10, but with the tie outs and stuff, I have some shot cord on it as well, and that's probably added to it. So that's about 14 ounces. Here is a modification pole that will help to extend to pull out the sides on the tarp. Because with a bridge hammock like the Warbonnet Ridge Runner, it needs more room on the side so you don't punch the holes into your tarp. I'll show you that when I set it up here soon. And then here are custom-made carbon fiber poles that go for the Ridge Runner hammock. All right, so these are called spreader bars. Sorry. So the Warbonnet hammock came with aluminum heavy-duty spreader bars that were about 12.5 ounces. So I ordered these, and they come out to 5 ounces, so I saved some weight there. Here I have the MSR groundhog stakes. I only need 4 to tie out my tarp. And I have gone ahead and already wrapped my lines in it, and I have these Dutch hooks that I'll use to attach to the shot cord that I already have on my tarp. So this is my system. It's a bit bulky and it's a bit heavy, but I need good sleep. The So the underquilt is 17 ounces. The Ridge Runner hammock is 27 ounces. The Enlightened Equipment top quilt, 20 degree, is 22.5 ounces. The Mammoth sleep pad is 5 ounces. The Tarp hammock gear Cuban fiber is 14 ounces. These modification bars I ordered from Hammock Gear are 5 ounces roughly, just under 5 ounces. These are also 5 ounces spreader bars, and I'm not sure what the stakes are, maybe 3 ounces for all of that together. Alright, so it is a typical Appalachian Trail weather day, rainy and chilly. So I'm going to go ahead and set this all up right now and show you what it looks like. Alright, so here is the tarp set up. It's in this mesh snakeskin. So I can leave it like this, and on rainy days just open it up when I need it. I'm using a continuous ridgeline, a Zingit ridgeline, and I attached it to the tree using this wasp from Dutch Wear. It's awesome. It weighs a gram or two, and it's nice and secure around there. You just wrap it around there. He's got some Dutch Wear gear. He's got some really cool stuff, lightweight stuff that he makes for hammocks. And at the other end of the ridge line, just a Dutch hook, attaching it there. Okay. And then to connect my tarp to the ridge line, what I have here is, try to get the focus in, are soft shackles. All right. These are soft shackles that are Prussicked on here, so I don't need any hardware, and that saves on weight. I tried using carabiners before, and they work fine, but these soft shackles will cut down on the weight. And what's great about these Prussicks is that I can make adjustments as I need to, because this slides down, so I can adjust it after I hang my hammock and just move it as I need to make sure that the tarp is covering my hammock. Really sorry about the focus here. It's not focusing in on there. Alright, so here is the Hammock Gear Cuban Fiber Palace tarp setup. And I attached some shock cord there and just hook it on to the tie outs there. So it's a quick and easy setup. I'm not sure if this is a good idea, really, using the shock cord. My concern is that if I get a high wind and that pulls these stakes out, and those stakes go flying, somebody suggested that could poke a hole in the tarp. But anyway, it's a really big tarp. I added these pole mods to it to pull out a little bit, because that really opens it up in here, as you can see. So it's really spacious in here, lots of room. So I got the one with the doors, and right now I have the doors pulled in and attached to each other. Got this idea from another YouTuber, and it just keeps the doors out of the way when I'm not using them. Thanks, Adventure Alan, for that idea. So yeah, it's a really roomy tarp in here, and plenty of room to put my bridge hammock. So I'm going to go ahead and set that up next. Alright, so the hammock is all set up under my tarp, and I am chilling. Light rain sounds nice. As you can see, this hammock has these spreader bars at each end that allow it to lay flatter than a gathered in hammock. it really makes for a comfortable rest. The tarp I have pitched in mild weather mode. I have the ends out pretty far. If there was bad weather, I would tie it down closer to the ground, as well as bring those doors in. So underneath, this is my top quilt, obviously. Underneath here, I have the under quilt. All right. And this is the bug screen that zippers all the way around the hammock. It's fantastic. It stays out of your face really well. Let me get out of the hammock and show you that. The Warbonnet Ridge Runner all set up underneath the tarp. So if this tarp was pitched lower, these would be more necessary than they are right now. You can really see how it pulls out the sides nicely. And if I was in storm mode and I had this tarp pitched much lower, then these bars here, when it swings, could swing into the side of the tarp and pop it. So, but right now, you can really see it opens it up nicely. I have the bug net open up on here, and you can see it really stays out of your way. And what I did is I had hammock gear, just put a couple loops at the end there so that I can attach this right to the tarp. They were really cool about that and accommodating. Here's a look at the underquilt. Alright, that's the Lynx underquilt that wraps all around. That's down, obviously, and fits it nicely. The other cool thing I really love about this Ridge Runner is these saddles. They call them these side saddles, which are great for storing stuff, headlamp, clothes, whatever at night. And they were really smart about it and put it inside the bug net, so you can access it when you're inside with the bug net closed. So yeah, there's my sleep system. I will say that it takes a while to set it up. I'm gonna have to keep practicing, and I'm sure I'll get better at pitching the tarp and everything. Right now I don't have it quite pitched cleanly on all sides, but overall I'm really happy with the sleep system. I've always got that Z-Pax duplex tent. If I change my mind, if this becomes too much of a hassle, I can switch that out. But this is what I'm going to start with, and we'll see how it goes. I really like the idea of having a tarp. Just getting in out of the rain. I like being able to set things up in the rain and staying dry. I went with the camo color just because it gives you more privacy. The other color they have is, they have a green. It's almost like a see-through, and so you don't have a lot of privacy. This one gives you lots of privacy. So really happy with how that turned out. All right, talk to you later.